Arul, please go ahead.
Give me one second. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
All right,
screen.
great. So yeah, I when I picked up the React agent as my agent that I want to
Right.
learn about today, I didn't realize it was all JavaScript and TypeScript and all that stuff. Completely new area for me, new things. I mean, I've done a lot of HTML stuff in the past and some amount of JavaScript, but not this level. This is like very sophisticated in the way it is. But I thought like I shouldn't give up. I should just keep reading and try to make something out of it in the last few hours we had. So this is what my take on this whole agent. And there's a better video and stuff. It's there and already in this project. But so this is I approached it as like what does it take to have this agent running on my laptop, and what does it have, like all the components and other stuff it has. Simply gist of this is this agent is actually using this whole framework that they have to create all the components using React components, both the front end and the back end, using all prompts and auto-generating all these components. And they're dynamically generating these beautiful websites using these components, auto-generated components. Then these components are built, as they go. The front end, the back end are built by the LLM engine by using OpenAI back and forth. It just slowly builds it, and then the final code is like basically is available for you to launch as a website, and you can see how it actually works. So uh, I try to go through and understand as much of the internals of this as possible. And I also had to catch up on what a Tailwind CS is, what a Radix UI is, all that stuff, but all very useful stuff. So basically, yeah, I use it basically it can run only on a GPT-4. That's one of the things that I figured. So I use my GPT-4 key to run this. And basically, it generated the whole the front end and the back end, and I was able to launch the website using this. And they've given you know uh, opened up the thing to like basically you can make it um, do other things as well apart from the example data that is given here. So this is some of the features. Like basically, it basically generates the React components, as I said, for any user story you want to give. Basically, user stories are like they are converting them into prompts and compose these React components, whatever is generated from the OpenAI GPT-4. Then they're composing it into a web page, and basically all the components they use are like they use like React, Tailwind, TypeScript. It's all kind of like intertwined, and they kind of trying to put together everything, building it little by little, and I think that's what and then eventually the final output is like a good interactive website that has a very nice front end UI. So that's my quick take on it, and I'll quickly take you to the website itself. Right. So the this is the GitHub they have, and they have a nice video as well. The guy actually walks you through the whole the agent, complete agent, and basically I did exactly emulated whatever he did in the video. The feature is basically it's user story and Figma design. It basically is broken down and then it's fed into the React agent, which becomes eventually prompts, which actually generates the user interface React code for you, all the
It
components.
even does the Figma design, is it?
Yes, it does that.
Wow.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think that it's not a complete agent, and I mean, like they only have 4 or 5 people working on this right now, so
Okay.
they are recruiting more people to come and work on it. So this is what the dashboard is. Like, if the prompt is something like this, it actually gets converted into something like this with all the data and everything. So I went about doing all this, like, cloned it and created the front end, back end, and basically generated the whole thing. So let me quickly. So it actually, so they are talk. The thing that it's a basically, it's a learning phase for me on this is like, how do they create the component itself, the flow, configuration and generation is something that is. I'm not I'm not used to how these pages get designed, but it was very good intro for me as well. So I went through this stuff in terms of how they did it. So yeah. So, I'll quickly showcase what I did. So, sorry, this is what I did. I went through all the steps that they had and basically started the application, right? So this is the application that's running um, on my,
Wow.
yeah. So it actually created a complete dashboard, and they are saying like you can actually create any kind of dashboard on any kind of data that you have using this. So they have like opened up everything. So a lot of them are not working. So you can see a lot of the components were not generated. Only a few component. The dashboard part of it is develop is split out. Others I don't see. They're all empty in the code. So I went and looked at some of the agent itself. So you can see, I went to the generate demo.ts is one of the TypeScript that actually interacts with OpenAI to generate the code. So I looked at it, and so you can see some of the prompts where, okay, I think I'm not there. Let me, sorry, this is the one. So yeah, so the React component generator, this is the one, the TypeScript that actually creates all the different components, and you give them as an instruction like this. Make sure it's a working code. Don't assume that I'm going to change or implement anything, all that stuff. They're giving all these instructions and, asking it to, like, it's a typical prompt.
Right.
The role as user, content is this, and they're generating it. And it actually generates those thing. And all of them are like, you know, index and everything is all put together. And that's how you get this web page here. I would, I want to take some more time to look into it, but by the time I learned about other technologies, I actually ran out of time trying to look at the code more in detail.
Yeah.
But looks like a very promising one. I always wanted to do something on the front end side of things, so maybe I'll look into this more.
Nice. Arul, so the input, can you change the input and see the change in response, like the generation?
I can, yeah, I actually tried doing that. It didn't actually work the way he's
But
actually suggested. It actually gave me some errors. So um, maybe maybe before the last presenter, after the last presenter, I'll be ready with it. I'll come back to this.
nice.
Yeah.
Jay, did you say you are next? You're ready?
I can give it a try, sir, to share the
Okay.
screen, but the
Okay.
bandwidth is very low here. So
Yeah. All right, let's do that. So, guys, a hand for Arul. Really good service. Arul, I was hoping that it would redo my support vectors website. It's really archaic.
No, your support vector website is one of the better websites I've come across. So let me say that.